the honorable ministers from across Africa, the Deputy Director General of the Universal Postal Union, the PAP Secretary General and Assistant Secretary General, the Executive Director of Uganda Communication Commission, the CEOs of ICT regulatory agencies across Africa, delegates in your respective capacities, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to bring you a warm greetings from His Excellency General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, the President of the Republic of Uganda. He's aware you are here. I am pleased to join you for the opening of the 11th Ordinary Session of the Pan African Postal Union Conference here in Kampala. On behalf of the government of Uganda, and on the behalf of the people of Uganda, I warmly welcome you to Uganda, the Pearl of Africa, as already enumerated. I appreciate the member states of the Pan African Postal Union for entrusting us, I mean Uganda, with the responsibility of hosting this strategically important conference, which takes place after 4 years. We are equally grateful for the confidence you have placed in Uganda when our candidate, Mrs. Sengova, was elected for the first time as Assistant Secretary General of the Union at the previous conference in Zimbabwe. We are confident that she has served the Union with distinction because we know her. And we are requesting you to continue giving her your support. Dear delegates, ladies and gentlemen, when we speak about postal services in Africa today, there is sometimes a temptation, particularly among young generation, to imagine post office boxes, handwritten letters, envelopes, and stamps. And some may conclude that the era of the post is behind us. But as you have already been told, that is not correct. The history of communication, specifically postal communication in Africa, long predates stamps, envelopes, and sorting centers. Therefore, when we discuss postal services in Africa, we are not merely discussing infrastructure or delivery networks. We are speaking about something much older and deeply African, the enduring human need to connect. Long before the modern post office, our societies had structured and reliable systems of communication. Messengers traveled vast distances between kingdoms to deliver messages across Africa. Communication sustained trade routes, helped to solve disputes, strengthened kinships, ties, and enabled governance. Ladies and gentlemen, however, we must also acknowledge that the digital revolution has transformed communication patterns globally. Traditionally, letter volumes have declined, but parcels have grown. E-commerce is expanding and redefining trade. Financial inclusion is deepening. Data is the new currency of development. For Africa, this transformation presents a historic opportunity. Our post networks reach communities where banks may not operate and where broadband may still be expanding. If strategically modernized postal services can support inclusive growth, empower small and medium enterprises, and connect rural producers to continental and global markets. Honorable Ministers, ladies and gentlemen, as we advance the objectives of continental integration and implementation of the African Continental Free Trade Area, efficient postal systems may be crucial. Goods must move seamlessly across borders. Documents must move securely. Payments must move efficiently. Uganda has prioritized, like you have already been told, digital transformation. National addressing systems, last mile connectivity, and regulatory reforms to create a modern, competitive, and inclusive communication sector. Through our ICT and logistics reforms, we are positioning Uganda not merely as a participant, but as a contributor to the continental innovations. We believe that land-linked, we no longer talk about landlocked, isn't it? Land-linked countries such as ours can become strategic logistics bridges within Africa when supported by efficient postal and transport ecosystems. Just as our ancestors ensured that messages crossed rivers, forests, and kingdoms, we must ensure that today's communications across digital divides, economic inequalities, and geographic barriers. By strengthening Africa's postal systems, we are not merely reforming an institution. We are shaping the infrastructure of inclusion. We are building bridges between the digital and physical economies. We are enabling young innovators, women entrepreneurs, and rural producers to participate fully in the Africa's growth story. Honorable Ministers, ladies and gentlemen, the progress made over the past 4 years clearly shows that the Union is advancing with strong momentum. We are advancing. We are on the right trajectory. It is institutional structures. Its institutional structures are more robust. Policy frameworks are more defined. Digital transformation is progressing, and Africa's voice is global postal governance is becoming louder. Finally, when your work is done, like my brother said, I invite you to explore Uganda beyond Kampala. The source of the Nile is in Jinja, just a few kilometers away from here. Our national park